Today I'm going to show you how I make my white sauce or my Béchamel sauce. It has a slight French style to it, and the ingredients that you'll need is 1 tablespoon of plain flour, approximately 1 tablespoon of butter, I have 1 cup of milk, I have half an onion, 3 cloves, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. So the first process that I do is I infuse my milk with these ingredients here. So I get 1 onion, or half the onion, and then all I do is I put the cloves into the onion. Cloves can be quite strong in flavour, so we just want to get a little bit of the oils out of the cloves without keeping the cloves in there. And that goes into my milk. This is a microwave safe jug, and I'll be heating that up in a minute. I also add my 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. That goes into the microwave for about 1 minute, and then you can leave it and allow that to cool down. In the saucepan, you add your flour and your butter. And now we're going to move over to the stove top. The next process you need to do is melt the butter and heat up the flour just a little bit. So I'm going to turn that on. And I use a whisk for this process. And what I want to do is completely melt that butter, but also toast that flour a little bit. I also like to add a little bit of salt, just a pinch, which works out to be about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And I also add a little bit of cracked pepper. So as my butter starts to melt, I just want to combine that. So now that the butter's melted, I'm going to reduce that temperature, and I'm just going to cook off that flour just a little bit. And this is the paste that we're going to use to make our white sauce or a Béchamel sauce. And now at this stage, I can start adding my milk. So this is the milk which has been infused with onion, some cloves, and some nutmeg. And I'm just going to add a little bit to start off with. And then adding more. I'll probably add about half of that milk, and we'll see what the thickness looks like. So as it heats up, that'll thicken up as well. So this is a basis for your white sauce. After it's made, you can add some cheese, you can add other flavours like some mustard, but this is your basic Béchamel sauce. And you can use this white sauce for toasted sandwiches, you can use it for pasta. I'll show you a recipe a little bit later on how you can turn it into a pasta dish. You can put it on top of cauliflower, use it with other vegetables, roast potatoes, beautiful. So that's thickening up quite nicely. I am going to add that last bit of milk, stirring it through. Okay, so that actually looks pretty good. And the more you heat that up, the thicker it will become. That's boiling now. Turn that off. And you can smell that onion infused milk, which is beautiful. Got a bit of thickness to it. And there you have it. There's your white sauce or your Béchamel sauce.